Assalamualaikum. I'm Safaa from the Professor Academy, and today we are going to understand a topic from O levels mathematics. Okay, so this is the book that I'm following, that is Mathematics Core and Extended Cambridge and IGCSE. And in Unit 11, there is a topic Pythagoras theorem and similar shapes. So we are going to discuss that topic. 11.1 Pythagoras theorem. Let's start our today's topic. But before that, I want to discuss our today's objectives. Today we are going to understand about the formula of Pythagoras theorem, solving a triangle using Pythagoras theorem, and then we'll move on to the applications in real life of Pythagoras theorem. Okay, because we always want to understand a topic and then we move on to its real life applications, that why in the first place we need to understand it. Okay, so it will be a part of our today's lesson. Okay, let's begin the lesson. Now, look at the following drawing. It's a triangle, as we all know, and it is a right angle triangle. Now, you can see that the triangle here is a right angle triangle and this angle is 90-degree angle. Alright. So Pythagoras theorem is only valid for a right angle triangle, and in that triangle what happens is that a side is called a base, which is denoted as B over here. Perpendicular is denoted with an A, and the other side, that is C, it is the hypotenuse side, which is opposite to the 90-degree angle, which is labeled as C. So in a Pythagoras theorem, C square is equal to B square plus A square. What does it mean? That the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the base square and the perpendicular square. So in this diagram, C is the hypotenuse, and so according to the definition of the Pythagoras theorem, the formula will be hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. And if we replace them with the corresponding alphabet, we'll get C square plus A square plus B square. Also note that in a triangle, the sum of two sides, that is A plus B, should always be greater than C, the length of the third side. Okay. Now, let's start with a solved example. It is picked up from that book. The example says that find the value of x in each of these triangles. Let's look at the first example, part A. The hypotenuse is represented as x centimeter. It means it is unknown. Base is 3 centimeters and the perpendicular is 5 centimeters. We all know that Pythagoras theorem is a square plus b square is equal to c square. So, as hypotenuse square is equal to a square plus b square, or we can write it as b square plus a square. It does not affect your calculations or the result. So applying that over here, a square plus b square is equal to c square. So 3 square plus 5 square is equal to x square. Because 5 square is here, 3 square is here. When we replace them, we get 3 square plus 5 square is equal to x square. And then 3 square is 9, 5 square is 25, and they add up and give us 34, which is equal to x square. To find the x, what we will do, we will find the under root of 34. It is calculated with the help of the calculator and it comes out to be 5.8309, which is equal to 5.8 centimeters up to 1 decimal place. Okay, so let's move on to the next question from the exercise 11.1. It says find the length of the hypotenuse up to 3 significant figures. So the first question is from, there is a triangle that we have. Okay. There is a triangle that we have which is having a side equal to 8 centimeter, the other one is 6 centimeters, and the unknown hypotenuse, which is represented at x. Same, x square is equal to 6 square plus 8 square from Pythagoras theorem. Replacing the values, 6 square plus 8 square, or we can write them as 8 square plus 6 square. The result will be same. 8 square is 64, 6 square is 36. We will get 100, which is equal to x square. X square is equal to 100. And if we take the under root, we will get 10. So the value of x is 10. The length of hypotenuse is 10 centimeters. Simple. Just replacing the values, finding the under root, and we'll get the length of the hypotenuse. It is as simple as that. So, applications of Pythagoras theorem. The first thing is to know if the triangle is a right-angled triangle or not. Because it is of prime importance, it only works for a right-angled triangle. Number 2, in a right-angled triangle, we can calculate the length of any side if the other two sides are known. So, if we in a right-angled triangle, we know the base and the hypotenuse, we can find the perpendicular. If we know the perpendicular and the hypotenuse, we can find the base. Or if we know the base and the perpendicular, we can find the hypotenuse. So if we know the two sides of a triangle, we can always find the third one. And then the last application is to find the diagonal of a square and a rectangle, because in construction there are lots of squares are there and we need to find their dimensions, their diagonals. So in that case, Pythagoras theorem is very helpful. Now let's see how the application of Pythagoras theorem helps us. Here, let us understand the statement with the help of an example. Suppose a triangle with sides 10 centimeters, 24 centimeters, and 26 centimeters are given. We need to find if it is a right angle triangle or not. So, if the triangle is satisfying the Pythagoras theorem, it means that it is a right angle triangle. And we know that 10 plus 24 is greater than 26. Like the condition that the sum of the two sides of a triangle should be greater than the sum of the longest side, which is 26. Okay. And the longest side, which is 26, it means it is the hypotenuse. Now let's see. From the triangle, c square plus is equal to a square plus b square from Pythagoras theorem. Now let's suppose a is 10 centimeters, b is 24 centimeters, and c is 26 centimeters. Now the right hand side of the equation says that a square plus b square. For that, let's replace a as 100, a as 10, b as 24, a as 10 square, b as 24 square. So what will we get? We will get 100 plus 576 and finally 676 centimeters. 10 square plus 24 gives us 676 and place the unit, that is centimeters. Now taking the left hand side. Left hand side was c square, which is equal to 26 square, and that is also equal to 676. So the right hand side and the left hand side are equal, and it means that these three sides are belonging or making a right angle triangle. 10, 24 and 26 centimeters are making a right angle triangle because they satisfy the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, now let's move on to the next slide. Now here, a very common practical application of Pythagoras theorem. Consider the following diagram. A ladder is leaning against the wall. Find the length of the ladder. Now look at this drawing. What is happening here? Here is a wall, and the length of the wall is 3 meters. There is a ladder which is inclined with the wall, and the distance between the wall and the foot of the ladder is 22.4 meters. We need to find the length of the ladder, which is shown as x. Now look at this figure. We can obviously see that this is a right angle triangle. It means we can use the Pythagoras theorem. From Pythagoras theorem, we know c square is equal to a square plus b square. C square is our hypotenuse in this case, which is equal to x. So x square is equal to 3 square plus 2.4 square. 3 square, the length of the wall, 2.4 square, the distance between the wall and the foot of the ladder. Okay, so x square is equal to 3 square plus 2.4 square, which is equal to 9 plus 5.76, and it gives us 14.76. Finding x, we take the under root of 14.76, which comes out to be 3.84 meters. So the length of the ladder is 3.84 meters. That is how we can find the length of a ladder. It is a real life application of Pythagoras theorem, like one of the applications. Okay, so that is all for today. A quick recap in the end. We discussed the formula of Pythagoras theorem. A square plus b square is equal to c square. Hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. It can only be applied to a right angle triangle. And we can find the unknown side if two of the sides of a right angle triangle are known. Okay, so that's all from today. And now the practice question. That is, solve the following triangle. A side is 4 meters. The second side is 6 meters. You need to find the hypotenuse, which is represented as x meters. So that is all for today. Good luck for the practice homework, practice question. Thank you.